over the last few hours, ranging just about like a for BTC 9035 up to like a 9235 range. So we're gonna start off with BTC. By the way, it is June 30th, 2020, 12:45 p.m. Eastern time. So let me check if the sound is good. So if you guys can hear, let me know so I can make sure the sound is good, at least for the short term. So let's do this. So it should be good. The sound is good. So let's start off with the Dow is down about 13 points. It's not much like since yesterday. We talked about it regarding a possible pullback up to this range of a 26.5 range. So we could also be possibly making a sort of triangle in this range. Let's take a look at the 12-hour time frame. The 12-hour, we're still getting a nice support just about this range of the 12-hour 100 EMA, which is currently at a 25,279 range. So, but getting a slight resistance just about 25,690. So let's see if we can basically break this level and try to fill this gap. So that's the number one scenario. Another type of scenario we could be anticipating is like price could try to make a sort of a descending triangle right here if we get rejected. So that is also another possibility before a a slight retracement down. So, but at least for the short term, we're getting a slight resistance just about 25,690. So let's see if we can break it within the next few hours or few days, at least for the short term. Let's take a look at it on a lower degree. So on the lower degree, especially on the hourly, just like BTC, the 1 hour 100 EMA, you guys know I love the 1 hour 100 EMA. Most of the time, a very good resistance to anticipate some, for the bears to anticipate some shorts. So let's see if basically the bull is going to be able to sit comfortably, just about like a 25,748, which is 1 hour 100 EMA. Most likely the bear is going to take advantage of this, double top, all right, within the next few days or few hours, depending on volatility. So a break above this level, we could, slightly anticipate some push to the upside just to fill this gap. All right. So that's a bullish setup. Okay. So that's a bullish setup, at least for the short term. Hey, what's up, Sweet Canary? Hey, what's up, Yunus? Aldo in the house, Craig in the house, Craig in the house, Alonzo. Thanks a lot for tuning in. We got 20 watching, so make sure to hit the likes and just subscribe. So we don't have too much of a volatility though, like compared to like the type of volatility we've been seeing over the last few days. So slight a slight sideways correction. So let's see if we can basically push higher a little bit. It's not like I'm saying we're extremely bullish or extremely bearish. It is just the market structure is calling for a possible push back up to this level. So if you like trend lines, if you're bearish and you like trend line, you could be drawing this trend line just like this, which is basically what I've been saying about the possible descending triangle, just like this. Okay, so most likely somewhere around here the bear is going to be stepping in and try to stop the bulls from going up higher. So if you're bearish, you could look for some short opportunity right there, and then probably a take profit right around this area of a low 25,000 range. That is a very good setup, at least for the short term. So hey, what's up, Alibaba? You're dumbfounded. Right, thanks a lot, Ali. So now let's take a look at BTC. Let's take a look at the S&P 500 before we talk about BTC. So S&P 500, we basically, it seems like the flat correction is looking clean in this range for the S&P 500. So this move, but if the S&P 500 going to be declining over the next few days, it means like you know, the big boy has to drop also. All right, but the S&P 500, at least for the short term, it is showing a corrective move. It can be expanded, right? You know, all the way up to like a 3100 range. So let's see if this, you know, we're going to be able to get this move to play. But at least for the short term, we could anticipate like a pullback. It could be a pullback, 50% pullback to 0.618, just about this level, not retest the low before continuing higher, at least for the short term, right? That's what I would anticipate with this move, at least for the, you know, at least for the short term. So we got a nice 5-wave impulse down, 1 2 3 4 5, right? And this could be our ABC correction, 1 2 and 3 wave move up, okay, to give us a zigzag, possible zigzag formation with a 3-wave move pullback, 1 2 3, and then we could look for this to be a 5-wave impulse move, just like this, 1 2 3 4 5. So that is, you know, a very plausible setup before we come back down and retest basically support level, just about like a 2765. So 2765 over the next few weeks, regardless if market going to be going higher or not, it is going to be a very good level to be paying attention to, at least for the short term. And in terms of fib retracements, if we do a swing low to swing high, right, we could, you can see like a 27 range, okay, 2765 going to be at 382, and 50% pullback going to be at 2650. So, you know, let's see if market going to be playing out this way, but at least for the short term, it doesn't look that bearish. We can still get this pullback back up, just like you know, just like the Dow Jones going back up. So my dump fell. So guys, if you want to take a look at any markets, let me know so we can take a look at the other markets too. So basically, you know, Nasdaq not looking bad. Also, beautiful setup, still trending higher, right? So for Nasdaq, we could be looking for a possible WXY correction. We could be looking for this move to be a W. We can look for this Y correction, because you could also say like that's a flat, but it could go higher up to like you know, break this high. If like we break this high, we could look for a possible X all the way up to like a 10.241, and then get this move to the downside afterward. But let's see if the bull is gonna be strong enough. Let me zoom it in for you guys, because we got a major resistance, so we just have to respect this resistance right there. Too bright. All right, you just have to respect this resistance right there, and then basically look for this possible move. So if we do not break this resistance, we're most likely going to see a Y correction to the downside. All right, so this is going to give us our W, X, and Y correction. The Y could be impulse, it could be in a sort of 3-way, we just don't know, but at least for the short term, it is a possible WXY correction, and we could anticipate it at least for the short term. Overall, it is still going to be a very good, you know, setup for the bulls if they want to basically get a support just about like a 9,300 range. So, but that's too early to talk about like a 9,350 range. Let's just focus on this range of 10,100 range. See if we can get a, you know, resistance before a further drop to the downside. Okay, so at least for the short term. CVX. So we're gonna take a look at. Let's take a look at now BTC, at least for the short term. The circuit is rallying. Let's take a look at it on the lower degree. Let's take a look at it on the lower degree. The lower degree is selling off, so it is still corrective. So it is still corrective. So we can still get this double top. 5 minutes basically. We're getting this basically divergence both on the RSI and MACD. So it is pretty much a good level to look for a possible retest before coming back down. We got like 10,226 range. Could possibly be the next level of support. Even if it pushes high up to like a 10,100, we still got this level of support if it comes back down. So now let's take a look at BTC, at least for the short term. 91.77. Basically pretty much the same thing I just described regarding the the Nasdaq. So we got this yesterday. We got a nice push to the upside up to like a 10,235 on base time, dropping down. I took a short right there and basically got out just about this level. I was saying like we could retrace all the way down to 9035 this morning in my premium group, but 9035 to 9080, but we did not basically drop all the way down to like a 9035. So I was able to get out just about the low 9080 range. So before the pump to the upside, you take a look at it. Let's just zoom out before we dive into the good analysis. So take a look at it from this level all the way up to like a 9024 range. I was looking for this 382 level, okay, which was roughly around like on basically Bybit was like a 9080, okay. So I was like 9080 was going to be a great level of support for the bulls. If like we break it, we most likely going to retest 9035. So we got a nice support, and on top of that we had a nice trend line. Okay, we got this trend line right there. So I was like, okay, most likely the bulls gonna try to use this trend line as a strong support to try to push the price to the upside. As of now, it is bullish. Selling volume is a little bit low on the 4-hour time frame on this time, at least for the short term, right? We could anticipate this to be just a corrective move, and then we can get this move, which is a 1-to-1 extension of the previous move. Could definitely hit like a 94. So don't be surprised if the bulls push the price high up to like a 94 level. All right, but first thing first, most likely the bear is going to be stepping in right around this area of 93 to 93.30 range. So 93 to 93. I was looking to short again at 92, but I'm hesitating to short around 92. I'm just gonna watch for the volume. The volume, especially on this time, we do not have like enough volume right there. Very low volume. Okay, very low. Let's check it on Binance. Volume is pretty low, so kind of that's one of the reasons why I was like, okay, let me just secure profit, because if you short like if you take a short from 90 to 100 to it's not much, but that's just about that's over 1.5%, okay, roughly. If you short it like at 92.35, you take profit at roughly around like at 382, which is like 9080. That's more than 1.5% drop, so that's not bad at all. So and if you basically shorted at 92, that's 124, so that's still pretty good, in terms of like a scalping. So unless like you're looking for a 10% drop and stuff like that, but sometimes you have to take advantage of these 1%, 1.3, 1.5%. if you're scalping, you just have to basically take them. Don't let them go. Most of the time I say I take profit too early sometime, but depending on your goals, right, you might want to wait. But like me, I like to take profits, because especially if you're doing like compounding, you don't worry about too much, because the next trade gonna be basically gonna give you even better profits, because you're compounding your profits, right? So always take profits, especially when you're scalping. Do not wait for those moon analysis or doom analysis when you're scalping. Forget about the bigger picture. Play the range. 1%, 1.5% is extremely good, even with a 3x leverage. 3x compounding is pretty good. All right, So let's take a look at it on 15 minutes. As you can see, no sell volume, also very low sell volume. Price is decreasing, volume is decreasing in terms of selling, pretty steady in terms of buying. So if I were to bet, I would have bet like price gonna be going higher just in terms of volume, right? Big selling pressure. This one right there kind of basically likes to do that, you know, when it's dropping very fast with a very big volume, all of a sudden you're gonna see like a trend changing. So let's keep that in mind. So this range is bullish, at least for the short term. So until we get a good volume to confirm like we're gonna be reversing, this can still retest the top. Okay, at least retest the top. If you're scalping, okay, you can look for this move again. And that is for the scalper. That's not much. I mean, it's still good, like a 0.8, almost 1%. So that is still good, right? So hey, what's up, Linksfin? Hey, what's up for XRP 2018? XRP bit, you know, I'll give you guys a great analysis regarding XRP a couple of weeks ago, and calling for XRP down to like a 1000 BTC. XRP already dropped down to like a 1385, I think, on Poloniex, right? So you know, I think we can still get the 1000 XRP. So if you haven't watched that video, make sure to go ahead and watch it. It's already like, you know, it's on my channel. So XRP to 1000. So 1000 sats, not $1,000. Okay, so before you guys go ahead and buy XRP right now. So now let's take a look at BC on a 6-hour time frame. So 6 hour, I would like to see a divergence on the 6 hour, even though like my MACD, we already got a MACD crossover, right? You guys know whenever my 6 hour MACD crossover, I tend to be bullish, but for some reason recently I've seen like so many times MACD crossing over and giving me a double crossover. So I want to see if this move going to give us a double crossover on the MACD, right? If like we can get a double crossover on the MACD, but it is pretty calling for a bullishness. So let's see if volatility can decline and then MACD can give us this move. Because if like we're gonna go to a 9500 range, MACD is already there. You know, we already got all the recipe to push to the upside to 95. It is like are the bulls ready to do it, all right? But in terms of structure wise, MACD already calling for a possible let's see, 9430 range. Okay, and 9430 in terms of a fib retracement from swing high to swing low, we at 382. 9430 going to be 0.618. Just in terms of, I'm okay, like I'm bearish, but I'm okay for price to go up. All right, I can scalp the range and basically add shorts as price is going up, like especially at 9430. All right, so if we break this level of 9200 range and break this level of 93, most likely, you know, the bull gonna try to push up to the 0.618. All right, so if you're bearish and you don't have a short right now, you don't have a short position right now, you might be looking for this 0.618 within the next few hours. If the bull's going to basically keep this bullish momentum on the MACD already crossing over with a very low sell volume, not bad, not bad. That's a good argument if you're bullish. Okay, if you're bearish, that's a good argument to stay away from this range unless you're scalping and wait right there. Okay, you can be bullish now and be bearish at the you know, just about like a 9430, where, you know, the bulls have to the bears have to defend at least for the short term. All right, so let me know, guys, if you need me to zoom it in, at least try to zoom it in so you guys can see, because it looks great for me, you know, but you guys might be watching on a phone or stuff like that and might need me to zoom in. So let's keep an eye on 9418 for when we break this level. Okay, so I mean, it's up to you. That's a short-term analysis. Long-term analysis, we're gonna move on to the long-term analysis, because short-term analysis basically can do this, okay, and drop all the way back down, okay, and pump back up. You see what I'm saying? So that's just a short-term analysis. So let's take a look at the longer term view. All right, so in terms of 3-day chart, right, as you can see, like we still like try to push above the 21 EMA on the 3-day chart, and I showed you multiple times, right? Whenever we break this 21 EMA on a 3-day chart, we tend to basically capitulate. All right, so we got one right there, late February. We dropped down, push back up, capitulated. Okay, so let's check it again. After this 40% pump, everybody was calling for a bull run and something like that. As you can see, we broke below the 21 EMA, because I was shorting right there just about like a 94 level, right? 94. I started shorting BC to 86, pushed back up to 91. We shorted and took profit at 84. All right, just about this range, and it continued to capitulate down. I was thinking like we're gonna we're gonna pump back up, because I was looking for a long just by this range of 81 to 79, but this sucker just pumped all the way down. Okay, so you just have to be very careful with your basically Fibonacci retracements. Sometimes BC doesn't respect it. All right, another example is like right there below the 21 EMA. This one also we were shorting, okay, but it came all the way down and hit our stop loss, because I had a stop loss like I think like 97 on Bybit, because it hit like a 97 something like that and pumped right back up. This one, because BC was at 10.2. I remember the 10.2 level, because I was trading it very hard. All right, so we were looking for a long position right there, try to take it back to like a 10.3 10.6 range. It hit our stop loss and pumped back up. I was like, man, and then it moved sideways and capitulated down. As you can see, it did not want to basically break the 21 EMA. That's basically what I'm trying to tell you, because I was basically saying like, oh, most likely we're going to get a support at this 21 EMA on the 3-day chart. Yes, we did, but it wicked down, hit your stop loss, and basically pumped to the upside, and then basically capitulated down. So we could be doing the same exact thing. A very strong support back in like also last July, right? Very strong support, and we pumped back up to 12K. So basically a year later we're doing the same thing. Okay, same exact moving average, same exact time. July, we almost at July. Okay, July 15th last year, first week of July, BTC basically ranging at the same level. Okay, so that's why sometimes you don't need to FOMO, because if you FOMO, right, market might be at the same level, okay, 12 months later. So as you can see, like right there, last year was like July 20th, like the first week of July, BTC was at second week of July, BTC was roughly around like a 9200 range, 9150 to 92, exact same level. Okay, 12 months later. So no need to FOMO, guys. No need to FOMO, because most people have been calling for like a $1 million BTC over the last 12 months. But take a look at it. All right, yes, I've been calling for 3K BTC the last 12 months too, right? But at least we got 3800. So hey, what's up, DHJD? So nobody buying XRP, so XRP gonna go to basically 5 cents. That's what you're saying. So let's see. Okay, I got a target all the way down to 3 cents. So some other people got target all the way down to 1 cent. So hopefully it's not gonna go below 1 cent. I mean, BC gonna, I don't see BC like a below $1,000 in 2021. But if like we can retest like a 3,500 to 2,500 in 2020, that is going to be extremely bullish, at least for 2021. Okay, so we're gonna get a lot of buyers buying at very low, and most likely they're not going to be selling. Okay, if you buy basically at 2K to 3K range, you're most likely not going to be selling over the next 18 months. At least hold it for the next 18 to 2 years. You're most likely going to at least double to 3x your money. All right, but if you want to buy at a 2K, 2 weeks later you want to sell, you might sell like with a 10% gain, stuff like that. So yeah, I know you mean BTC target. Okay, so you're saying XRP is a scam. So now let's take a look at the weekly time frame. BTC weekly is not looking very undecided. Okay, we just very undecided, so just be cautious. No sort of volatility so far. It is all, it is already Tuesday, so for BTC we got 5 more days to go. So let's say by Thursday we should see like a lot of volatility. If we drop down, we still got the weekly 21 EMA just about like 86.38. So no need to FOMO, guys. Like I'm bearish. I'm shorting, and at the same time I'm basically scalping. So the scalp position, I can go, I can do a lot of in and out. I really don't have any problem taking as many scalp I can, I can take. But at the same time, for the swing trading, you just want to be careful. Okay, you don't want to do high leverage. Market volatility could be very high, and it can go against you very easily. So just be cautious. Weekly not doing anything. As you can see, we've been trending down. We're not going to be trending down forever. Most likely the weekly 21 EMA going to give us a temporary support. So I'm looking for this level of 85.50 to 83.50 range, just about the level of the 21 EMA, okay, on the weekly basis. Also, if you take a look at it on the 2-day chart, it's the same level. Okay, it is the same exact level relatively, right? So you could say, you can see like on the 2-day chart, on the 3-day chart, and on the weekly basis. Okay, so you can see this range. It is going to be a good level to be looking for sideways correction. Okay, if it doesn't stay in this level forever, right, yes, you just go with the market. All right, especially if you're bearish, you can just let it drip, and then you could look for 0.618. As you know, I'm looking for 0.618, but I don't think it could be a straight sell-off. It could be like multi-weeks of a downtrend. All right, so 0.618 is right there. Actually 50% pullback, which is on the log scale, but 0.618 on the 0.618 on the log scale, it is 55, and 50% pullback on the log scale, it is just about like 62. So keep an eye on this level. All right, just about this low 8K for possible support, push back up and drop back down. All right, so but the good thing for the bears is, like, they basically in control, at least for the short term, with this engulfing candle on the 3-day chart. Very interesting level to be bearish. Okay, very interesting level to be bearish. Is it good to stay in USDT? I mean, you can do whatever you want. You can stay in fiat, you can stay in XRP, you can stay in euro, pound, whatever you want to do, but it could take forever to hit like a 3K too. So it might be very tempting to buy, at 9K. It is very easy. I keep saying it. It is very easy to be bullish at the top. Okay, it is very easy for most people to call BTC 100K, right? And as soon as we drop 3%, everybody gonna start like start being very bearish. All right. So even I kept saying it when BTC was right there. Okay, I gave you a nice comparison, not comparison, but a very good analysis, and I was like, be cautious on the 5-day chart. If BTC break this 21 EMA on the 5-day chart and this bullish MACD, you can see like on the 5-day chart, you can check my trading view. Okay, so on March, like I think it was like late April, okay, just about like April 20th, I was like, if we break this 76 level on the on the 5-day chart with this bullish divergence, that's it. Okay, you gotta wait till you get like a strong reversal. So we don't have a 5-day crossover yet, but at the same time we already got a 3-day crossover, so we can just base our basically analysis based on this base our bearish analysis based on the 3-day chart and wait for the 5-day to cross over, because we already got the 4-day crossover already. So that is a very strong statement. Okay, very strong statement. We just have to wait for the 5-day to give us this crossover. This could make me go all in 100x. I'm just joking, no 100x, right? So but you know what I mean. All right, so but it could be CR after this 5-day crossover. Could be very accelerative. Hey, what's up, Kavish? Thanks a lot for tuning in, man. So keep an eye, guys. I told you about the 2-day crossover, all right? and I told you about the 3-day. Now I'm telling you about the 5-day. So we only got the, I already told you about the 4-day crossover, right? Now we only get the 5-day chart to cross down, and then it could be done deal. But the 5-day, the bad thing about the 5-day is like when it drops, it doesn't give you like warning. It just bang, it just capitulates. So you want to anticipate it by paying attention to your 2-day and 3-day to basically start to manage your position and be cautious within this range. All right. Hey, what's up? Okay, thanks a lot for tuning in, man. So basically, BC is still like I would say like the bears still like 60 to 75% in the, I would say 75%, okay, in control right now over the last, I can zoom it in for you guys, over the last 2 months, 8 weeks. That's a lot, okay, and that's a descending triangle also. So depending which what time frame you're looking at, that's a descending triangle. As soon as we retest like 87, that's it. It becomes a descending triangle and a one-to-one extension. If you just like to trade in term of basically patterns, right? You could be seeing like you can see exactly 70 to 100 range, right? So we got the same descending triangle back in a 6K level. If you take a look at it in term of we got the same descending triangle, right? Same exact descending triangle right there, okay? And guess what? One-to-one extension to the downside. Exactly, okay? Same exact level. Same exact level. Right there. 3K. Actually 36, all right? So let's keep that in mind. On the lower degree, we got a descending triangle. So do not play with these type of descending triangles. So the top right there, we also got a descending triangle, right? Most people try to call it like to cheat and call it like ascending wedge, ascending triangle, whatever. And I was like, be cautious. That's a descending triangle, all right? So you take a look at it. I talked about this like back in when September. I talked about this pattern back in September, right? So, and I was like, target going to be this level of 35 to a 4500 range. So same thing. On the lower degree for BTC, it could be a descending triangle if we retest like a 85 range, okay? You could draw it as a descending triangle. Yep, if you could draw it just like that, and we could be in this triangle forever too, right? Could be in this range forever. Can drop down, push back up, and then before doing this move. So let's just keep that in mind. Even though you're bearish, just keep an eye on this level. Okay, keep an eye on this level. So let me see if I can do this 1080. Hey guys, let me know if the resolution is also good. So I think you guys can watch it at 1080. So let me know if you're having any trouble watching it at 1080. So now let's take a look at Ethereum. I think we talked about the S&P500, BTC, Nasdaq, and the big boy Dow Jones. And now let's take a look at the BTC, and we're gonna move on to King XRP afterward. Ethereum. So Ethereum Classic hasn't been doing much. Let's start off with it on the lower degree for Ethereum. So let me remove this Hakanashi. So Ethereum lower degree, it is we got a sort of a pullback. We could say we got a 5-wave impulse down. This move we got 1, 2. It seems like a 3-wave. Let's see. looks like a three wave. Let's start off with the top formation. So if you take a look at the top formation, we got 1, 2, and 3 wave move. That is our W, and we got 1, 2, 3 wave move. That is our X, and then we're getting this 3 wave move. So this wave could be 1, 2, and 3, or we could also say we already got this 1, 2, 3 wave. This could also be the wave number 3. It could be done, right? And we could be looking for this pullback for another X. 1, 2, 3 wave. Okay, up to 0.618 to 0.786. So let's just keep an eye on Ethereum. That's a possible bearish setup. If like we're going to be getting another X to the upside. Other than that, we could say, hey, the wave might not be done yet, and let me just be bearish and say we could just get a pullback and then get this wave to the downside for the Y correction. So either way you look at it, even if we push back up in just about this level of 0.618 to 50% pullback, the directional move, either way it is calling for a lower number down to $200 range for Ethereum. So let's see if Ethereum going to be strong enough to give us this move. So would be very patient for Ethereum, since like we're looking for BTC to retest like a 94, 95. Ethereum can also get this move. So I'm okay with Ethereum going back up to 236. All right, even up to like a 240 if the bull is going to be strong enough to give us another X just about this level of 0.786. So we just gotta watch for this move. I'm not that bullish, but it is a good setup to pay attention to, at least so you won't be disappointed. So either way you look at it, we got this directional move for Ethereum. We got W, X. We can assume the Y is done, and then we're gonna get, let's get the W, X, Y, Z. We got W, X, Y. We can get the X again, and then get this, this move to the downside all the way down to a $200 range to a 195. So that's what I'm looking for, at least for the short term. Other than that, once again, it could just be a W, X, Y correction. W, X, and then we can get this Y correction. Okay, just assuming this wave gonna just get another small pullback and come back down right here, but we just have to wait for confirmation for that. All right, so hey, what's up, Alfredo? What do I think the Bitcoin low going to be before the bull run? I mean, it like I said, okay, I'm looking for like a 3 to 4K range. It can drop all the way down to 2K, so but I'm not gonna be that greedy, wait for 2K, but 3 to 4K I'm gonna start looking for possible reversal. That price can still drop all the way down to 2K to 1800 range, right? But 3 to 4K, I think it is going to be a good level to be buying, right? Even if it drops another 30%, it could be okay. It's just like back in 2018, when most people have been looking for BTC to bottom at 4K, all right? But we dropped down to 3K. A couple months later, we just pumped to basically 14K. So I wouldn't be too greedy, waiting for I'm very bearish, but like I said, I wouldn't be too bearish, too greedy, and looking for BTC 1000. It is a possibility to go down there. Okay, if it goes to 1000, great, but I'm not gonna sit tight and hoping every day BTC can pump to like a dump to like a 1000. If it goes there, great. All right, but 3 to 2K range, it is a very good level to be buying. All right, average 3K, and then you're gonna be okay. All right, and after that you just have to buy the dip. Not financial advice, but if you get a good average of 3K, you just have to buy the dip after that and then sit tight. Right, because when BTC goes up, it goes up very fast. All right, as you guys know. All right, since like March, we already pumped over 140% in a bear market. So can you imagine if like we're in a bull market? All right, let me show you the Bitcoin chart so I can you can visualize what I'm saying. All right, So okay, that was the setup I sent to you. Sent to the group. When BTC was right there, I was like, okay, on the lower degree, this 382 range, that's where I'm looking to get out, and possibly all the way down to 93. But I'm gonna be looking to close a big chunk right there. Right, as you can see, it pushed back up. All right, so I'm still looking to short if it goes to 92, right? Depending on volume, if it breaks it, we're gonna have to look for 9400 range. But let's take a look at a BTC on a weekly basis. On base time. So as you can see, like if you bought BTC anywhere around this level of basically 4K to 3K, you're still gonna be okay. Okay, it's gonna move sideways like for 3 to 4 months, right? But as you can see, as long as we bottom it started to make like a higher lows and pump to the upside. I was very bullish when BTC was in this range. So if you've been following BTC, I like basically flat correction, right? But this seems to be a flat correction, but I was not anticipating a flat correction. Even the most successful traders, okay, were basically were calling for BTC to drop lower, and I kept saying we're gonna pump to the upside. Next target for BTC is like a 6K level. If you go watch my all of my analysis back in like a March 2019, right? February and March, especially like mid-February, I started to call for like a BTC pump into 53 to 6K level. As soon as we hit this level, I was like 7K. As soon as we hit 7K, I was like 11 to 12. All right, so let's keep that in mind. Do not try to basically pick the bottom. You're gonna miss the bottom. Okay, as you can see, the bottom back in 2016, right? 2015, 2016 was like roughly around like a 200 to like a 300. So that's a 50% gap, okay, between top and bottom. So if you bought BTC anywhere around like 300, you're still gonna be happy. All right, so if you bought it at 3K, you're still gonna be okay. So if like we drop down to 3K, don't be too bullish, too bearish, and sell your BTC and be waiting for like 1800. It can, but the chance for you to buy at 1800 going to be very low, because you might not even have your buy orders, because you're going to be waiting. And once we drop to that level, it's not going to stay there for like a 24 hours. All right, and by the time you open up your ledger, or you open up your want to do your wire transfer and all of that good stuff, basically be like bye bye, see ya. Okay, so let's keep that in mind. Hey, what's up? Where did I learn how to do TA? Kindergarten? Yeah, thanks a lot, Musa. Thanks a lot for tuning in. So I wouldn't be too bearish if we drop to that level. So now let's take a look at basically King XRP. So we're going to take a look at XRP BTC on Poloniex, right? So if you guys didn't know yet, okay, we already hit like XRP. Go back and watch my analysis when XRP was like roughly around like I think like a couple of weeks ago, right? XRP was almost like above 2000 level, and I was like, all right, we're going to be retesting this level of it's kind of choppy, but we're going to be retesting. We're going to be retesting roughly around like 1100 to 1000 sats. All right, so as you can see, we hit like roughly around like 1300 sats on Poloniex, and these wicks, guys, they're not fake. These wicks are not fake. So if you see like these wicks, you just have to respect it, because if you see like a wick like this, you just have to respect it, because market gonna, if you don't respect it, market going to respect it. All right, so just like the wick we got on BitMEX, okay, back in December, I think XRP dumped to like a 13 cents, and everybody was like, oh, that was just a scam, stuff like that. But as you can see, XRP dropped below 13 cents, and I said it long time ago, be cautious, because I had I sent in a signal said buy XRP at 13 cents back in like October, when XRP was like 31 cents, and I was like, we're gonna drop down to 13 cents. But just about December, we dropped we dropped like down to 13 cents, right? So XRP BTC, look for like a 1300 to like a 1000 level. Most likely, you know, the bulls going to be buying just about 1300 to 1000 sats. So let's pay attention to 1000 sats. Okay, the most bearish scenario I would see, I would anticipate for XRP would be just about 500 sats. Okay, which is like the 2017 low, just about this level before the bull market, March 2017. So let's keep that in mind. We're not looking great. Okay, XRP is not looking great. Okay, it's not looking great. Hey, what's up, John Do Crypto? Make sure to join the public Telegram group and send me a message so I can send you the link to the Discord if you're looking to join the premium group, right? So Zcash, cybersecurity. Hey, what's up, Cyber? Thanks a lot for tuning in, guys. Thanks a lot, Alfredo. So we got a CME gap. I talk about that gap. If you let's see this. If you go on my channel and then you type a CME gap, I talked about the CME gap a long time ago. That was let's see. We got us right there. Okay, 3 months ago we talked about how low can Bitcoin go, right? The CME gap right there. You can go and check this this analysis. So I showed you exactly as soon as I started the live stream. I showed you the gap at 35.70. So and I talked about this gap you know, back in 2019 also. So let's see. I think I got another video right there. Okay, so in this video I showed you guys a gap. You see what I'm talking about right there? I think that was Bitcoin Binance. So randomly, you see when I was telling you Bitcoin can go all the way back up. So this is live stream, guys, so I didn't even plan it, but you can see the structure. We talk about this in this level, and I was like, BC can go all the way back up to like a 10k to 10.5. Once we hit 10k, be cautious. We can get this fake out before dropping. So that BTC was right there. Okay, that's like, you know, long time ago. So that was like back in December when we said we can go back up to 10.5, drop back down. So make sure to go back and watch my old videos. I think like the great, you know, I got like a, you know, very good analysis back then. I was doing like some very good analysis back then regarding BTC and projecting all of these moves. All right, so let's keep that in mind. So you go ahead and tell me who told you like a BTC gonna be making this structure, push back up to 10.5 and drop back down. Okay, so, and this is live, guys. I'm showing you this live. So let me just share it to the so I'm gonna send it to the you know, Telegram group. So the CME gap at 35.70. So make sure to go to the you know, Telegram group and you can see the link. All right, so you can watch it again. So only Send Crypto gonna give you this type of analysis, guys. So yeah, long term I'm bullish. I mean, if you're looking to hold your BTC for the next 5 years, you don't need to sell, really. I mean, I'm holding some BTC. It's not like I'm selling all my BTC. All right, stuff like that. All right, I'm not selling all my BTC, you know, even though I know it's gonna drop, right? But you know, I'm looking to accumulate more, and so for the long term I'm bullish. I wouldn't recommend anybody to sell their BTCs right now, right? Unless you're trading, you want to trade 10% of your capital, stuff like that. But buy the dip. If you don't trade, buy the dip. Okay. especially a 20-30% drop, you just have to buy. Okay, just have to buy. So that analysis is extremely important, guys. Go back and watch it, and you can understand what's going on. It's in public Telegram group. Now let's take a look at gold. So I'm not that, for some reason, I'm not that extremely bullish on gold. I think gold's still gonna pull back, right? But as of now, we're still trending up. Let's do this, right? Let's take a look at it on the monthly. So no sign of reversal as of now. We are, we're at a very strong resistance, just about this level of 1792. Okay, 1792. If like we can break 1792 and break this level of 1830, 1830 is very important for gold. As you can see, like back in 2011, right, we picked at roughly around like a roughly around like a 1920, but we could not close above 1830. That's why 1830 is very important, just like BTC. Okay, when I was saying basically back in 2019, right, why 13888, right, was very important. So I'm gonna show you BTC, right, 13,880. Why it is so important? Because we could not close above it back in 2018. Okay, 2017, 2018. So that's why we could not basically also close above like a 14k last year, June 2019. And I called it a week before we even pumped to that level. I was like, best area to get out for BTC going to be 13,880, and that's the easiest target. That's what I was calling actually. Then also, just taking a look at basically gold. Okay, this is random, but as you can see, the top formation we got right now on gold on a monthly basis, that's the same type of structure we're making right now on BTC. Okay, just imagine this top formation for gold, right? It is BTC on the 3-day chart, and we basically hanging just about this level on the 21 EMA on the 3-day chart. Very important, and this is random. All right, let's do this. As you can see, the two formation is nearly, it is nearly the same thing, nearly the same exact structure, and we're hanging just about this level of 21 EMA. Okay, but on a monthly basis for gold, that's the 21 EMA right there. So we definitely can get this drop. Okay, we definitely can get this drop. We got this pullback, we got this pullback, we got this pump, we got this pump, and now we're dropping down. So let's see if we're gonna be able to hold very strong in this level, but at least for the short term for BTC, the bulls gotta do a great job. All right, so gold, once again, going back to gold, I'm looking for this 1830 level to be a very strong resistance for gold, and after that we can see we can look for a possible reversal, but that's a monthly basis. So let's see if gold going to be going to be able to break 1830. That's the most important level. Now let's take a look at it on the lower degree. On the lower degree, we still got a divergence, double top, low highs, right? Price still trending up, but pretty much very strong. So I don't see any sign of sell-off right now. Wouldn't be shorting gold, would wait until we break 1800, 1830 to start looking for a short. But as of now, gold is a good hold. No sign of reversal so far. Okay, no sign of reversal. So yeah, I mean, gold and BTC, they got great pattern. So Let's take a look at gold on the 5-day. Yeah, so we got this correction right there, which is a flat, and then we got this continuation pattern. So let's say after this, if like gold is gonna be coming back down, all right. Similarly, gold like to make these flat corrections, right? As you can see, this is a flat continuation, another flat right there. After that, we got another continuation pattern. So it keeps making the same exact structure over and over again. It is just like you have to be very patient sometimes when you see these patterns and you're thinking like gold is just bull flagging right there. You would be calling this a bull flag. It wasn't a bull flag. It was clearly you got this wave move, this move to the downside, W, X, Y, X, and then you're looking for this move to the downside, Z. So hey, what's up, Eunice? So now we talk about gold. Let's take a look at silver. Oh, silver is booming. So silver just retesting the February high, January high, just about like $18. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. Let's take a look at it on a weekly basis. So weekly for silver looking great, but we at resistance, so let's just be cautious. Okay, since like we're expecting gold also to basically retest like 1830 level, we could expect at least silver to retest like a 19.5 range, right, for a possible resistance. Okay, so I would be very cautious if silver start like a trending in this range. Okay, we can still get the drop, right? We can get this move to the downside. If you like patterns, you could anticipate a possible head and shoulder formation. Okay, not saying like it is going to play out, but if you like patterns, you could anticipate a possible head and shoulder. But I would look for a retracement from silver if like we hit the low $19, okay, 19 to a 19.5 level, and a possible retracement down to like a 16.5, which is not which is a lot for silver, 10% drop. So now let's take a look at the alt before I call it a day. So if you guys have some alt you guys want to talk about, just let me know in the chat room so I can quickly go over this alt. So the next one we're going to talk about, it is going to be Chainlink. Let's talk about Link and see if Link is basically still bullish, going to $200. So as you can see, Link, I'm still looking for this structure to come down to roughly around like a 50% to 0.618 pullback, right? So, but if you want to be very aggressive, you could be looking for like $1.20. But at least for the short term, if you want to respect 0.618, you could be looking for like it is going to be very harsh. It could take forever to drop down to 50 cents, but at least for the short term, we could retest like within the next few months, at least for the short term. As you can see, like that's where we got the break. That's where we got the breakout from. That was like April, 2019, right? Big breakout. We can come back down to the same level again. But XTZ, let's take a look at Tezos. Okay, Tezos still holding very strong above the weekly 21 EMA. You could argue for Tezos like that's just a three-way move, but I'm just gonna be very, very careful, right? And then we can get this double top, all right? But since like I'm bearish on Tezos, I'm just gonna be very cautious. Even though we just above this weekly 21 EMA, we can easily break it. Okay, we can easily break it and retest the low $1, right? But as of now, based on a structure on a weekly basis, Tezos can surprise us with this move, okay? Because we got this impulse, that 3-wave move pullback. I'm open to like a see Tezos at 350, okay? I'm open for that, all right? So at least for the short term, it is still a hold compared to you know, other alt sitting just about this level of a 21 EMA. Even though we got this bearish crossover, until we break the 21 EMA on the weekly, it is still a hold. If we break it, drop down to like a below $2 range, you might be looking for a dollar Tezos and so on, all right? So I don't use the cloud, but we can take a look at it again on the 2-day chart, all right? So let's take a look at Zilliqa, because Zilliqa, I told you guys about Zilliqa, being cautious regarding Zilliqa. We got the 21 weekly just about like a 135, so it could be a nice level to be swing trading Zilliqa if you're looking for the 21 EMA on the weekly. Other than that, you could just do a swing low to swing high, and you could at the same, it is going to be the same level, 150.618. So either 0.618 or the 21 EMA on the weekly, whichever you're comfortable with to buy at. But you could see easily Zilliqa retracing down to a 150, and it could give you a nice 20% pump, because Zilliqa kind of reminds me of Tron, when Tron was dumping from like 800 sats down to 503. It gave us a nice pump from like a 500 to like almost like 60, something like 650 or something like that, right? So and I was thinking like Tron is about to reverse, right? Because I was bullish on Tron, but luckily I was like, man, market is trending down, just Tron is now going to push to the upside. But I was bullish on Tron when Tron was when Tron dropped down to 500, all right? So XRP USD, as you can see, we talked about this structure. I try to compare this structure to BTC. As you can see, I said it multiple times. This level for XRP, this level right there, that's where we at for BTC. Okay, and I was like, that was like 3 weeks ago. No, actually 2 months ago, something like that. 2 or 3 months ago, when I was like, BTC can pump back up to 10.5 just to complete this flat correction and give us this drop. So that's the drop I'm waiting for BTC. Okay, that's the drop I'm waiting for BTC, because both the British pound and XRP gave us the pattern. Okay, they both gave us this pattern. So and BTC most likely going to respect it, and then we're going to get this drop, and XRP just going to continue the drop, at least for the short term. So but XRP is not looking great on a weekly basis. That's the 4th weeks in a row we're dropping, no sign of reversal. Weekly MACD about to cross down, not looking great. Even though we're making like a higher lows, we can still make another higher lows, right? Get this move, right, and still make another one and keep this trend. So but make a a lower low right there, follow this trend. But XRP BTC is not looking great. Basically, that's all I'm trying to tell you. I don't see no sign of reversal. You could wait for the macro scale on Poloniex. The macro scale on Poloniex to retest either 50% pullback, which is just about 8 cents, or 0.618 pullback, just about like a 3 to 4 cents, right? So it all depends on you. Let's draw it from here. 0.618 going to be 5 cents actually. We already retested up 50% pullback, depending where where you put your bottom to be at. If you want to take your bottom from like a 0.04, or you want to pick your bottom to be 0.02, it's a big difference, because it's 100% difference. So the safest thing to do is like put it at 0.04. Okay, 0.004, that's what I mean. So yes, I mean, I called it a pump of ICX, all right? And as soon as ICX pumped like a 60 cents, you know, almost like 6,000 sats, I was like, no need to jump in, jump in into ICX, because it's gonna be moving sideways for the next few months. And as you can see, ICX still moving sideways since like January. So most people are gonna be keep calling for Zilliqa $5, $2, and all that good stuff, while Zilliqa gonna be moving sideways till maybe like February or March next year. So if you guys did not learn from XRP, you guys not gonna learn again. So 2 years ago, XRP gave us a beautiful pump, okay? A nearly 200% pump, right? Well, actually it was more than that. Let's see. Yeah, it was roughly 200% pump from like a 25 cents to 80 cents, right? But most people have been expecting myself for XRP to pump higher, all right? But we've been making like a lower high, okay, low highs, right, since like September 2018. So it's been like almost 20, like not 24, but let's say 20 months, right? So July, August, September, 22 months, right? We've been trending down, right? So why would I need to be bullish? Okay, yes, I can buy the dip, but I'm not going to be calling for $100 XRP when over the last 2 years, whenever you expect like XRP to pump, it drops. Okay, whenever you expect XRP to pump, it keeps dropping. So just to be cautious, I'm just gonna wait for my fib retracements, right? 4 cents, 5 cents, whatever, and buy the dip. We don't have any structure right now. The only structure we got was like this dip down to 10 cents to give us a very strong move back up to 80 cents, but it doesn't seem like it is going to do it as of now. So let's see if XRP is going to retest 11 cents and give us a very strong push back up, and then we can FOMO and ride the trend, okay, and pump it to like at least $1 to 80 cents, right? Something like that, 80 cents to $1. But as of now, buying XRP is kind of risky. I mean, it is what it is, but it's not me saying it, but it's a chart, right? It's been like 22 months, over 22 months actually. 2.5 years we've been dropping, so we can drop for the next 2.5 years too. Who knows, right? So you just have to be careful. Just have to be careful, man. Just have to be careful. It's just like Ether. When Ether was $300, everybody started calling like Ether going to $10,000, and Ether dropped all the way down to $80. All right, so you just have to be very careful and not to be too bullish. So if you take a look at the pound, that's a structure I'm showing you regarding BTC. Let me just show you the pound, and I'm just gonna call it a day for BTC. Okay, so when you take a look at the pound and BTC, these two structures are pretty much the same exact structure, right? So too much colors. All right, so when you take a look at these two structures, all right, so now when you take a look at these two structures, as you can see, we got this drop from the pound, right? From like a roughly do this from like a March 2018, right? We got this drop, and for BTC we got this drop from like a June 2019, right? And after that, what we got next? We got a three-way move pullback. We got 1, 2, 3. Let's change it in green. And for BTC we got 1, 2, 3. That's the same thing I was showing you in my previous video, right? And I was like, let's do this. in this video, that's what I was calling you, and that's what I was calling this red line going back up. That's what I was showing you. All right, so for BTC, we got that move back up, right? This move, and then we got this correction. Now let's change it to red, and we said we're gonna be dropping down, right? The pound, red is ugly. Let's do blue. Okay, we're gonna be dropping down, and then we're gonna be dropping down. Okay, so if you take a look at the video, right, that's the same thing we said, right? We're gonna be dropping down. You can see the move right there. We got that move. All right, so we got this drop. So now what are we expecting? We got this pump from the pound, right? A big push back up in green. And BTC, we got this big pump in green. Okay, so now you take a look at the pound. What do we got next? Let's play it. Okay, let's pause it now. Okay, you see this move we got in red? Let's change it in red right there. It's easy math. Okay, easy. Okay, this move, that's what we're expecting from BTC. We're expecting this move to drop all the way down. Okay, so after we get this move, we can basically come back and talk about BTC. But for the pound, we're expecting this move, because for BTC, it's basically been playing the the structure we've been anticipating. And you go ahead and tell me who who else showed you this structure back in basically 2019, when we were saying like we can go all the way back up to like a 10.5 and then drop all the way down. So AGI is still holding very strong at 200 sats. So I think 190 to 200. We're going to take a look at AGI. AJ. Okay, make sure to join the Telegram group, so you can send it to the Telegram group. I can take a look at it. So 2.8 times slower. I mean, it's a different market, man. We got all these leverage, platforms and all that good stuff. So most people are getting wrecked. Most people are getting rich. So it's a different ball game, man. So let's keep that in mind. All right, so let's do this. So basically BTC, that's what we're expecting from the for BTC. The pound, you could argue the pound still bullish with this structure, and that's not good at all. If the pound is bullish, it means BTC has to be bullish. So we can get this move, all right, pushing back up to February, March highs and stuff like that. All right, so that's what we got on a weekly basis. But let's take a look at it on daily. And that's the same thing. Okay, so let's look for a pullback for the pound. Other than that, we could be saying even if you're gonna get a even if we say like that's a wide correction, the wide correction could be a bigger move. All right, it can still make this three-way move pullback right there. So the pound can still get some more juice up to like 1.3 range. All right, so let's keep that in mind. Even though I'm slightly bearish on the pound, this structure, it is the same structure also from gold. If I showed you like gold on a monthly basis, you can see like this push to the upside and this flat correction and continuation pattern. Take a look at gold. You can see that's the same. It could be the same exact pattern we got from we're making from the pound. Okay, you push to the upside, right? You're thinking you're bearish, you come back with a flat, and then you just continue the pattern, right? So beautiful pattern. That's what I was just calling for the pound. So I'm bearish on the pound, but we're right there on the pound. So if we break this level of for the pound, let's see, let's go back. On the lower degree, so only you can only see it on the lower degree. If we break this level on the pound, right, of 1.2, I mean, yeah, 1.2 level, right, we could be breaking high. So keep that in mind. It is this pattern is very unique. Okay, you can call it a WXY ABC correction, but even if you don't use like any Elliott wave pattern, any Elliott wave patterns, you can just memorize it. It looks like this and it tends to do this. Okay, so keep an eye on it. Going to 5 cents. Who's going to 5 cents? AGI or XRP or BTC? So let's take a look at AGI. So guys, if you don't have any question, I'm just gonna call it a day. I think like we covered everything so far. So let's see. AGI. I'm still bullish on AGI, so let's see. We still I'm bullish on AGI, but it is at resistance right now. Can we drop lower and retest like 100 sats, 182? That's possible. It is going to give us another opportunity to basically accumulate. But as of now, I'm bullish on AGI, still bullish. So 3-day 21 EMA, let's take a look at it. All right, we just above the 3-day 21 EMA. So it's been dropping for the last 6 days, roughly around like a 5 days, 4.5 days. So let's see if like we can hold very strong just about this level of 3-day 21 EMA. Even if like we're going to be making another flat correction within the next few weeks, right, pump back up, drop back down, and get this flat correction right there, that's possible. It could be just accumulation. All right, other than that, you just have to basically suck it up and wait for the low right there, low 100 range. Okay, 100 to 130, you could be looking for a level to accumulate. All right, right there. Okay, level to accumulate. So at least for the short term, that's a good level to pay attention to. If we break this 21 EMA on the 3-day chart. I mean, I think you just pay the pro. Just go on TradingView, right? And when you try to do it, it's gonna tell you. Let's say I try to do. I don't have the premium, right? But let's say I try to do like a 4 chart, right? Like this. It's gonna tell me to upgrade. So just click on upgrade and basically select the pro. It allows you to basically get 2 screens at least, right? I mean, at the most. That's all you need. You just need the pro is enough. You don't need like premium and all that good stuff. So make sure to join the public Telegram group. Also click on the link in the description so you can join. All right guys, I'm just gonna call it a day. So if you're new to the content, don't forget to hit the likes. Don't forget to basically join the public Telegram group. We only got like 6 likes, over 30 watching, 40 watching, and all that good stuff. Make sure to hit the likes. I'm just gonna call it a day, and we're gonna see what the market gonna give us within the next few hours. I'm gonna be going live, so make sure to click on the bell so you can get my notifications, right? All right guys, be safe out there. Market going to be very volatile regardless of your position, regardless if you're a doom boy or moon boy, really doesn't matter. The goal is to be profitable. Whether BC goes to 100k or 3k, it really doesn't matter. Just be profitable. Don't care what anybody says, and just stay with your own analysis and do your own research. All right guys, thanks a lot for watching, man.